Higher home heating costs could burn a hole in your wallet this winter. I thought this would be important to talk about because as entrepreneurs, we are always looking for per, for solution, creating solutions for people, and maybe this would inspire somebody to think about maybe a different way, or something that we could do to help better our communities in the process. The Illness battered families face skyrocketing heating costs this winter, with year on year prices set to rise by as much as 54% for some households, according to the annual winter fuel outlook released this week from the Energy Information Administration. We expect households across the United States will spend more on energy this winter compared with the past several winters because of the higher energy prices and because we assume a slightly colder winter than last year in the United States. Prices are forecast to rise more than 40% for households who use heating oil, affecting the Northeast in particular, where I live and have lived forever, and will increase 30% for natural gas and 54% for propane. Those who heat with electricity could see 6% increases. Well, at least there's something somewhat positive to come out of that. A 47-year-old personal trainer, Shannon Phillips Hunt, in Bloomsbury, New Jersey, is fearful of her family's already strained budget will get further stretched by increasing heating costs. She and her husband already work two jobs each, but still feel like they are living paycheck to paycheck. Last winter, her bill increased by 1/3, she told NBC News. We never changed our behaviors. We were doing the same things, and we kept doing it. And it is unbelievable how much more money we spent. It was scary. Are we going to be able to pay this and afford this? How high is this going to go? This year, they replaced a drafty window with an energy-saving, efficient one, and said they only turn on the heat in the rooms where their dogs sleep, and the dogs are already in sweaters to avoid shivering. Wow, they must be really keeping it cold there. As far as the middle class, we are all being pinched. In an August news conference to address the rising energy prices, President Joe Biden called on the oil and gas industry to increase production to meet the demand. The production cuts made during the pandemic should be reversed as the global economy recovers in order to lower prices for consumers. The worldwide energy crunch is also pressuring prices in an increasingly interconnected global system. In Europe, natural gas prices are up over 350% following a summer of high demand and low supply. That's pulling some natural gas from U.S. producers onto ships for overseas markets. Crude oil has climbed over 60% this year, pushing up closely. I think the key thing here is to keep in mind that we are feeling the pinch and things are going up. Inflation is everywhere. It's rampant in some industries more than others. But when you look at like Europe, they're up over 350% increase for their prices versus we're going to get squeezed 30%. So not that 30% is great for anybody involved, but it's what it is it's better. It's better than what's going on in Europe. So there might be some opportunities here to figure, for an entrepreneur to figure out like how can we help our communities get the heat, get the clothes, get something that they need, and in a way that helps more than just like as if it's a food bank side, or maybe getting involved with a food bank side or a clothing side, something to help, or maybe it's getting people the windows that they need so that they don't have to increase their costs, but getting it on financing for 2 years or something like that and spreading the cost over 2 years. There's a bit that to me that's the big opportunity there. It's like if we can get things on opportunity on credit, like 2 years no interest or something to that effect. If you're in a position to be able to float that, this might be the time to do it, to be able to have people sign up and put down money and maybe make small payments on something that makes that much of a difference, right? Maybe it's insulation. Maybe it's that, hey, get your insulation fixed now, and we'll talk about, we'll worry about the price, the price and everything, in 6 months, a year, to 2 years, and get small payments in the process. So think about that. And on the same topic of power, we talk about the power squeeze curbs Chinese growth, leaves Europe in a gas bind. So energy is getting kind of scarce in some ways, depending on what kind of energy we're talking about. China steps to boost coal output, seen taking time. Russia says it's ready to ease European gas squeeze. Europeans say Moscow using leverage over Nord Stream 2, and the Czechs regulator seeks reassurances over power supplies. This is like some global things going on here. But I think the thing I wanted to bring up away from this story is that China has their own power issues that they're dealing with. Power shortages hit growth in the world's second biggest economy, threatening more pain for global supply chains, while Europe's gas squeeze looked to set continue as Russia's Gazprom showed no sign of hiking exports to the region. So yeah, so the things are absolutely pinching everywhere in the world, and we're all just trying to make sure that we're catching up with how things are going to be done going forward. We've talked about before here on the Entrepreneurs how the supply shortages of like literally almost anything is hitting, and it's going to hit even worse as we get closer into the holiday season, and why people should be buying up their Christmas gifts now, or thinking about other ways of doing their gift giving. I know we're talking, about paying, for the kids, more experience things, for like the grandparents and things to buy into, rather than just buying toys. They have plenty of toys. They don't need more toys. What they need is more experiences. They need the soccer lessons, the dance lessons, the maybe piano lessons, maybe acting lessons for my daughter because she's a big ham, things like that. So I know this is just part of the it's just part of the big crunch that we're all in, thanks to how things have been handled through the illness. So we're just trying to get through, just as much as every other country is trying to get through. And I think that was the key focus I wanted to pull up here with this headline.